Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Professional Knowledge Decode Series of IBPS AFO 2026. So in this series where we don't just teach you the syllabus, we decode 12 years of IBPS AFO papers and tell you exactly what to study and more importantly what to skip. And if you're joining fresh, let me tell you one thing. So far we had completed 4 episodes: animal husbandry, agronomy, horticulture, and soil science. And this is the fifth episode out of 10. Okay, so we already covered 4 episodes, and today's subject will be on agri engineering. Now, a lot of students are generally scared of this topic. Why means this topic sounds more technical, related to machinery, hydraulics, engines, and all. And let me tell you the important thing, you don't need to study everything in detail because IBPS exam never ask, the calculation based question. They used to ask the concept level questions only. Okay. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly where the marks are hiding. And here the number is given 51. This many questions, like 51 questions have come from 12 years. Okay. Only from this subject agri engineering. And this makes this subject the most important and fifth highest scoring subject in the entire AFO syllabus. Okay. And also you will get the 6 high priority subtopics, 6 medium priority subtopics, and skip list based on the complete decode of 12 years of previous questions. Okay. Okay. Let's get into this subject in more detail. And let's start with the data because data tells you the strategy, right? Before we even open a single concept. 51 questions from 2013 to 25 were asked. So this makes this agri engineering the fifth highest scoring subject, as I have already told you. Okay. And 4 more questions every single year have been asked. And this is not sometimes off topic, it shows up the every attempt. Okay, here the missionary scope is getting expanded. And 12 plus distinct subtopics tested inside this one subject. Okay, but this is very important. They clustered heavily around, 2 areas: missionary and engineering. You should focus on these topics first: missionary and irrigation. Okay, that's the first strategic clue here. And here comes the trend line you should notice is that 8 of the recent questions from 2023 to 25 have come from the new missionary categories. This topic alone. Okay, because IBS hadn't touched before on this topic. Now it is having the recent trend. So highest recent growth is there on these topics since 2023. Okay. So this tells us IBPS is actively expanding its missionary scope as well as irrigation scope. Okay. And now look at this frequency breakdown of subtopic. This is the actual distribution of 51 questions across subtopics, right? And notice how 3 or 4 topics dominate. That exactly why we build a priority based system. Instead of asking you to study all the 12 plus subtopics, we just categorized based on the priority: high priority, medium priority, and last time revision questions. Okay. And here we have given the split up: tillage implements, spraying equipments, irrigation methods. So from these subtopics, 5 from each were asked so far. And farm power and tractor, farm machinery. From each, 4 questions were asked. And soil testing equipment, conservation tillage, watershed management. So 3 questions from each were asked. And 2 questions each from drone and precision technology, storage and post harvest equipment were asked. So this is the split up of the height of the questions, right? You should focus more on these topics where more number of questions are asked. Okay, let's start with high priority questions. Study these topics first. So here 6 topics were given. Okay, and starts with the tillage implement. So this tillage implement, 5 questions have been asked so far from the previous questions. This is having the rising trend nowadays. So this is the single highest weightage subtopic in the agri engineering. 5 questions historically asked and it's marked as the rising one. Okay. And here what you actually need to know is that what is MB plough, which is mold bore plough, right? Mainly used for primary tillage. It turns the soil and it needs heavy draft power, meaning that it needs a strong tractor to pull it. Okay. Next comes the disc harrow. This is the secondary tillage. Remember this specific point. Offset harrow. Offset harrow variant has something called GANs. Okay. It is having the offset harrow. That is something called GANs. Okay. And next comes the blade harrow, which cuts the mulch and pulverize the compacted soil. And this came as a fresh 2025 question. Okay. And rich plough. Rich plough, this is having 2 mold boats. One turns soil left and one turns right. And this was asked in 2025. And if you notice one thing, like you can get one trick from here. They ask the different tillage implements and their usage. Okay. The usage kind of questions you can expect to be returned in 2026 from the tillage implement. Okay. So from the IBPS angle, Blade, Harrow and Ridge Plough, these both were appeared in 2025. So IBPS clearly expanding tillage machinery scope. Okay. And rotavator RPM, which is 250 to 300, this was appeared in 2019. And this offset Harrow number of GANs, this was appeared in 2022. So the takeaway from this subtopic is that you should know the real function or purpose of the particular tillage implement. Okay. And the next subtopic is spraying equipment. So 5 questions were asked and here the trend is stable. You can expect, right? So first comes the high volume sprayer and the usage you should know. How much area it could cover. So high volume sprayer, more than 600 liters fluid they can cover per hectare. So this question was asked in 2019. Low volume means 5 to 600. High means more than 600. That's it. If it is less than 5 means that is ultra low volume. Okay. So the 3 category you must know. What is ultra low, what is low, what is high volume sprayer, how much area it could cover. Less than 5, which means ultra low volume. 5 to 600 means low volume. More than 600 means high volume sprayer. Okay. And what is nozzle? So nozzle, which is a part of sprayer, right? Not of plough. You should know what is nozzle and different types are also there in the nozzle. Flood jet nozzle is also there. That usage appeared in 2013. Okay. And capacity of medium power sprayer is as per the horsepower requirement. Okay. So this flood jet nozzle used for soil incorporation of herbicide. This was asked way back in 2013. So don't assume old questions won't repeat. Sometimes they might come. Okay. So here notice the pattern, like IBPS exam loves testing the classification by the fluid level of different sprayers. You must know. Not by pressure, but by the spray volume coverage. You should know. Okay. Look at these differences between the different equipments you should know. Okay, high volume, low volume, and ultra low volume. This classification is directly can be directly asked. And this Cledgett nozzle we have discussed, and nozzle identification, which the part of which I implement like that is also important. Okay, this is the part of sprayer, not a part of plough. That was appeared in 2015. Okay. Okay, and the next topic is irrigation method and drip system. Here 5 questions, and here it is having the the topic is marked as declining in frequency. But do not switch off because it hides the single most repeated number in the entire subject. Here efficiency you should know for the different irrigation. Okay. Drip irrigation efficiency is approximately 90%, and this could be the highest among the different irrigation, right? And this can be tested repeatedly. It is the highest efficiency among the all the method, and it is tested repeated question almost every single year. And the sprinkler irrigation efficiency around 75%. And the flood irrigation, or also known as surface irrigation, that's efficiency is around 60%. Okay. And the sprinkler irrigation only suitable for uneven or undulating land. That you should know. Okay, where we should use the irrigation, which irrigation method. And this was asked in 2013. And what is the advantage of drip irrigation? We could save the water, and also we can give the fertigation through the irrigation. Okay. So fertilizer can be applied directly applied in the water, that is called fertigation, right? So that could be possible through drip irrigation. Okay. So from the IBPS angle, like drip efficiency, this is certain one more question you can expect to be written in every single exam. Efficiency of different methods, drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, flood irrigation, and all. Okay. And screen filter in the drip system appeared in 2025. And this is the new component type question. This we didn't discuss. Screen filter is that actually this filter will be there in a drip system. Okay. Why means that it generally trap the sand, silt, or any debris using the fine wire or stainless steel mesh. Okay, it helps to trapping the debris using the fine wire. Okay, so typically, it will be at 120 mesh. It protects our emitter from the clogging. So this is the new component type question. This was appeared in 2025. And the sprinkler usage, mainly it uh, it can be used in the undulating land, as we have discussed, and this was appeared in 2030. Okay, so far we have discussed 3 topics under high priority category. And here we are continuing the high priority topics part 2. So in the previous slide, we have covered 3 topics. Now here 3 more topics are given. Okay, so totally 6 topics are illustrated under this high priority category. You should study these topics first. Okay, your first priority should be on this topic. Okay, and 4th topic is on farm power, tractor, and PTO. PTO is nothing but power takeoff. Okay, here the question is PTO. What is PTO? That is power takeoff. Extract the power from the tractor for the implement. Okay, so here the power will be extracted from the tractor, and it will be transferred to implements like thresher or harvester and all. Okay, and next comes the drawbar. What is drawbar? Which basically sits behind the tractor. Okay, and also joins the implement to it. It can be fixed, swinging, or adjustable. Okay, this exact classification was asked in 2025. Next comes 4-stroke engine. Here the question is asked like which of the following is not a quality of 4-stroke engine? Okay, So you should read this carefully because they can ask the negative framing. Okay, not including the quality like that. This is the trap identification question that was asked in 2022. Next one, purely factual question is that power tiller uh, power which was extracted by PTO, that is shaft power, right? True, to thresher or harvester. And this was asked in 2018. Okay. So from the IBPS angle, this drawbar definition was appeared, and the PTO power appeared in 2018, and four-stroke engine, not the quality include that trap question was appeared in 2022, and power tiller introduction year. This is a specific historical question, but it can be rarely repeated. But it is a easy mark when it does. Okay. So generally, the power tiller was introduced in India in 1962. It is rare to repeat, as I have told, but it is a easy 3 mark question if it does. Okay. And next comes the farm machinery and combine harvester. Here, 4 questions had asked so far. Here, the trend is stable. Okay. And the combine harvester real peripheral speed ratio. This was asked in 2023. Okay. And useful working hours of a combine harvester, that is about 8 to 10 hours per day. And this was asked in 2019. And hammer mill usage they asked. This uses the hinged hammers and sack rotation to grind the spices or sugar. Okay. And here this was a fresh 2023 missionary category question. Hammer mill usage. And seed drill. So remember, it is having the multi-purpose. It does showing field preparation and weeding. Okay, so all in one, it is having the multi-purpose. So this question was asked in 2022. Okay, so here the combined harvester real peripheral speed ratio was asked, and hammer mill was asked. This is the new missionary category question, and the multi-purpose seed drill appeared. This question was appeared in 2022. Okay, and the next part, the last part, the last topic of this high priority category is that soil moisture and testing equipment. Okay, here 3 questions were raised or asked so far. This is having the rising trend. Okay, here they asked nutrient moisture meter. What is the purpose? Here this uses the nutrient source to measure the soil moisture. This is the brand new 2024 instrument based category question. Okay, instrument based category question you can expect. Then uh, penetrometer. This measures the soil strength or resistant to penetration. Okay, and this was asked in 2020. And CRIDA recommended depth for deep ploughing. This was also asked in 2024. And piezometer, which basically measures the groundwater table, right? So this groundwater table was measured by piezometer, the instrument-based question. Here they asked. So this was asked back in 2014. Okay. And if you are analyzing from the IBPS angle, means that instrument-based questions was appear. That is nutrient moisture meter and penetrometer and all. This is new instrument category question. In recent years, IBPS is testing on this. And CRIDA ploughing depth. What is CRIDA? That is Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture, right? So this CRIDA ploughing depth is categorized. So according to CRIDA, ploughing depth is categorized into 3 main categories. That is shallow ploughing, medium ploughing, and deep ploughing. Shallow means 5 to 6 centimeter. Medium ploughing means 15 to 20 centimeter. If it is more than 25 to 30 centimeter means then it comes the deep ploughing. So that depth category you must know. Okay, so that was categorized according to CRIDA, and this question was appeared in 2024. Okay, and everything is like a instrument based questions, and these precision equipment questions are rising fast in recent years. Okay, so under this you can expect the instrument category based questions. Okay, and so far we have seen 6 categories under the high priority questions. I am telling you again, so study these topics first. You should concentrate more on these topic since it is having more weightage in this subject. Okay, let's move on to the medium priority questions. Let's look at medium priority questions. Study these only after the high priority questions are done. Okay, so I will move faster here because 6 topics are given under this category and one key fact from each. Okay, so first topic is on conservation tillage. Here 3 questions were asked so far. You should know the difference between zero tillage, minimum tillage and reduced tillage. Okay, so these differences you can expect to be returned in your exam 2026. Okay, so you should know what is zero tillage, which is that no primary tillage is done. So direct seeding can be applied into the cross stubble. Okay, minimum tillage is that there will be the minimal disturbance of the soil, that is only less than 15% residue disturbance. Okay, and when it comes to the reduced tillage, 15 to 30% residue are left, and that is undisturbed. Okay, and this was asked in 2019. You should know, you must know the differences between these tillages. Okay, and IBPS asked zero tillage questions 2 times back to back in 2019 as well as 22. Okay, and the residue percentage for minimum versus reduced tillage as numerical trap points. You should not confuse. Minimum means less than 15% residues. Reduced means 15 to 30%. So the percentage where we usually confuse with. Okay, so please be precise on this. And next comes farm machinery economics. Here 3 questions were asked so far. Straight line depreciation. What is that? So this is calculation based question. Cost minus salvage value. That should be divided by life in years. This was asked in 2015. That is straight line depreciation. And useful working hours combined harvester is 8 to 10 hours per day. Okay, this was asked in 2019. And tractor drawn power harrow field capacity. This was asked in 2019. Okay, so here straight line depreciation, this calculation based question you can expect to be returned in 2026. Okay, and that combined harvester working hours, this was appeared in 2019. And next comes storage structure and grain handling. Here 3 questions were asked. Medium rural godown capacity they asked. So this medium rural godown has the capacity of 50 tons, and this was asked in 2019. And rural godown storage period. Remember one thing, godown capacity and storage period, both from the rural godown. Okay, you should study. So the storage period is 3 to 6 months. And this both questions were appeared in 2019 question paper. And also remember the paddy moisture content for the storage, that is 14%, that was appeared in 2015. Okay, and the percent area covered by rural godown as per the NABARD norms only. Okay, how much percent covered by rural godown is based on the NABARD norms only. This was appeared in 2019. Okay, and next comes watershed and hydrology. And here watershed management not includes. Like some of the options may be given. You should know which is not coming under this watershed management. You should identify the format. Okay, that was appeared in 2013. And rational equation Q equal to CIA. This came back again in 2023, right? So this time asking specifically what does C stand for? Q rational equation means Q equal to CIA, right? C is runoff coefficient. Okay. And what about Q? Q is the peak runoff rate. Okay. I is the rainfall intensity and A is the drainage area. You can expect anything to be asked from this formula. Okay. This rational equation is very important and that is widely used in hydrological formula. Okay. Mainly designed to estimate the peak surface runoff rate. Okay. What is that? Peak surface runoff rate calculation it is. Okay, from a specific drainage area or a specific watershed. If you wanted to know the peak surface runoff rate means you should use this calculation Q equal to CIA. C is the runoff coefficient. This was asked in 2023. And you must know the difference between percolation as well as infiltration. So percolation is the water movement below the root zone movement. Okay, whereas infiltration is the surface entry point. You should know the difference. Percolation is the deep underground commute below the root zone, whereas the infiltration is the surface level entry point. Okay, and here this rational question is very important. This was appeared in 2023, and also you can expect other things to be asked. They may ask what is I, what is A, and all. Okay, watershed management not included. This kind of question was appeared in 2013. So these are all the conceptual questions with the numerical hooks. You should know. Next comes irrigation design and measurement. So here you must know the drip system components. Okay, emitter, lateral, main, filter, control head. So these components they ask. And what is screen filter? So screen filter, this is a repeater question here also. And sprinkler system, which is suitable for uneven and undulating terrain region. So this was already we discussed, right? This is the repeated questions. Okay. And next comes drone and precision agriculture. So this is the your newest topic, or it is having the rising trend. In 2000, from 2025, they kept asking the questions from this. So IBPS asked multi-statement true or false questions. Like drone reduces the fertilizer use, help with the pesticide application and enable the crop monitoring. But the false statement was that drones eliminate all the pest. So like that, there is a multi-statement true or false question they kept asking from 2025. Okay. So here the exact, here which is not the exact answer, which is not included means you should pick the not eliminate all the rest. Okay. And comes the precision forming. Here the variable inputs are used based on the site specific data. And UAV or drone enables the real-time crop health monitoring just by carrying the specialized or multi-spectral sensors which could measure the how plants reflect the infrared and red light. Okay, so from the IBPS angle you can expect the drone true or false statement. This was appeared in 2025. This trend has started since 2025. That is a multiple statement question format, right? You should eliminate the wrong answer. So which is the false? That should be eliminated. Okay. And this format is expanding in recent IBPS papers. Okay. So far we have completed 6 topics. that was categorized under medium priority category. So if you had completed high priority, you should focus on these topics. So you should focus on high priority as well as medium priority questions. Okay. And next comes skip list. You can simply skip these topics because IBPS has never asked any questions from these topics so far. Okay. So these 6 topics in agri engineering subject have zero occurrence. Okay. Across the 12 years paper. So if you are skipping these questions, you could save actually more time for the preparation. Okay. Even if you are spending means you will get nothing. If you have any extra time, if you are free at last time, you had revised everything and at last if you are free means you just to go through. But we are not telling you that it will not come. So far it has never been asked. It may ask, okay, based on the analysis of 12 years previous year question, no questions from this area has come. Hydraulic pipe flow calculation and engine combustion efficiency and fuel consumption formulas and all. Then gear ratio and transmission system calculations. Then heat transfer in grain dryers. That is the drying rate equations, right? Next, electrical system diagnostics for the tractors. Soil compaction index calculations. Okay, these are all the calculations or some numerical based topics. Okay, you just take a screenshot. If you have a time, you can just do the surface level reading on these topics. And here comes the complete priority map. So far, what we have discussed is mentioned in this slide. You just take a screenshot or save this. Okay, what are all the topics were categorized under high priority and what to study first and what to study second and what to skip. So these subtopics were categorized under each category. Okay, high priority, medium priority and skip list. Just take a screenshot. And now the part everyone is been waiting for is that 2026 prediction, right? With the probability score on this subject, agri engineering. So quick disclaimer before I give you the numbers. So these are merely the probability estimates. Okay. These are the probability estimates based on the historical frequency, how recent a topic is and the pattern gaps I have found across 12 years question paper. Okay, this is not a guarantee one and it is not a substitute for your syllabus also. Okay, just you can use it as your priority signal. Not this is not a shortcut to skip the preparation entirely. We are just giving you the idea. Okay. Okay. Here the ranked list like 92%. You can expect blade, harrow, ridge plough. This is the new implements based questions, right? Because these both appeared in 2025. Because nowadays IBPS introduced new missionary type related questions. So once introduced, these names will repeat. Okay, at least in next 2 years you can expect. Okay, you should study more on these topics. Blade, harrow, ridge, plough. That is the new implements. And next comes the 88% goes to nutrient moisture meter source. This was appeared in 2024. So instrument identification questions are clearly expanding as a category. Okay. And 85% is given on drone technology statements in the true or false multi-statement form. Because this was appeared in 2025. This is technology related question, right? So this is having the growing test area across the whole exam. You can expect. So in the new technology related topics where you should focus more. Okay. And 82% will be on combined harvester release speed ratio. This was appeared in 2023. Okay, missionary performance specifications and all, becoming a standard annual questions. Next, 78% you can expect CRIDA deep ploughing depth. This was appeared in 2024, and this is a new pattern of testing institutional norms alongside the missionary fact. Okay, and finally, 72% you can expect the question on PTO, that is power and drawbar function. PTO power and drawbar function. Okay, this drawbar raised 2025 was asked. This was appeared in 2025 and PTO was appeared in 2018. Then tractor component identification is reliably tested every 3 to 4 years. So it is due. Okay, so this is merely the prediction. I'm telling you again, this is not the guarantee question. Okay. Let's quickly summarize this episode number 5, Agri Engineering. So from 2013 to 25, 51 questions were asked from this subject alone. And this Agri Engineering subject has secured 5th rank overall in the IBPS AFO syllabus. And we have given high priority subtopics, medium priority subtopics, and skip list. Everything were elaborated in detail in the respective slides. I hope you all got it. And also we have given 2026 prediction. I hope you had taken the screenshot or save that slide. Okay, that was merely based on the prediction of past years question paper analysis. And nowadays the rising trend, so IBPS, they started asking the questions on tillage input. Okay, so please be more focusing on these tillage implements topics. That is new implements. Okay. And I would like to give you one exam strategy that is on concept. So you should focus more on concept rather than the calculation related questions. Because you can expect conceptual related questions more in the IBPS exam than the calculation related questions. Okay. And here you can track the complete series. So far we had completed 5 episodes. And our next video will be on episode number 6, that is banking or agri finance. Okay. So thank you one and all for listening this video. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment below. And we are ready to give you the answer. And please do subscribe our channel and comment. Thank you one and all. We'll meet you in the next episode.